betimi de agu ama ebrepam ye bekenka ne nyina kama ede amamon samwa ye de bai de edimu akotene ebi enie
Ghana Man's Excellency John Dramani Muhammad atudwa achim say bambofo wo mo Ghana ha no akande wo mu ni bi otitiriu dumjafo kora de ene ne kankan anwumrei Anamotu ampanifo atuade mu nchechiremu ebrem.
Wapanyiri baako mampanyina boni din se wonko Supreme Court batania ewo Ghana ha na afi wonko di djuma ewo honom Justice Kwaku Akabuafo en wodi atu dwa se enkwada ma yanketenketi a yehye wo mo kete ede wo mo ma ware de eye dabi wonsoso
na eno achi so Justice Kwaku Tawia Akabuafo ene okopi appointment committee abadwoko anim enei abayoko no sase so mu busa no emu ba ku busa nsa anya bi opanyi national pledge kenkan kama Ghana fo nyina hu ne atwamu afei na papa ne to sa na oye ende kese akwakoye awrahosam yede mu nkomo ebrao
ene chana wo mo anam senior wo maimu His Excellency Ton Defa wakasa de atudwa chezewe galamse de yentimi ntuase obetuma tuase a de se entrikisi be ne anwumrei yale munchiremu ebremu
wonma womonwa no anuane ewo school feeding program mo emasuku nkwada edie no amania efri Galilea basic school ewo nkran hwadom no de aba no enye nika ketia na no aduane na wie yesi NDC women organizers bi se da ye mancha aduane ne mankwada no ye behwe de etuemu ankasa
na anade ya ankasa emfifi mantamu chesanya asam ketwa o sade nkwansia sipa yasem kwansia mako besa nan anenedeye esi ewo eye apoemantam emfifi mantam ho aka wo bi ama yase nipa besa mienu bi kwa de wo mahwere won kwa akoya roho sebe de wonkomo ebebreo
ene ne ebetu hwa ne akọ baabi ani anwea so bekwai empesua so Western North mantam ne yadrei eno ma ye nkyerɛkyerɛ sebe ya nkwada ye mo munya adwumaden yade munchiremu bremu
sunyane adeko atronie kwan no yese akronforafo ye wo mo de etoko kronobo wo mo dwumadi asore waka enam so ma wo no medi atrantwie e wo kwan no so wo mo ya hyenkafo ene passengerfo wo ma no dem
na adwumakuo bi a wo mo nhya abanse wo mo dwumadi enso mo di no abansa ni mu bi obroni se wo mo ye non governmental organization NGO na sakoi esre wo mo so mo do mo nsa gufam ana ene wo mo nan so mo bu nkotodwe ana wo mo sra Ghanafo wo mo se Ghanafo mo titi kuro nkesiem kuro kesiem no mo hwese mo baduadua nua na mo twa tuguo no so no mo nyai esansa emoa ema odomankoma asetena anya kono
akane emrasa badwani ana ogina ma de hia won mo abu akwa north wono asa ba yeso afa be de eche oyo megmeso aso ma gift tum ampofo wosese nkwadaa ni tiranton adibuo nimu a du ba bia ede na abata ye yefa so bo mo me no so yade munchiremu ebremu
yebeko amahodo so ensemo Rwanda opposition ba no dini ya wo honom no ababede dwasa sa na wo bo pose mampanyina wate adwaso wo betu no yade ne mu se kua ya che no ehonsam yade ba
afei se Iran ane aye Israel fonto kwale se de aduru adwo afam pieto bra mi wa ya ne pa o ankra free aye Iran eba no akire se de topa ya bontan sanam wiemu na omosoma amanko Israel manmu anie ne yeso ko Israel manmu nso a se de omanfo ehu ana abo mo a yede honkomo enso so ebebre wo
ene nije munu se soja ba na ode atudwa se gudi a wo mutu no ho no wo ma etu agudi enu nya wo hanchemu aduosia miensa no ma no so nya kakra bi wonte ase da na ne waka anwumrei ye be chechiremu achiremu
afenyimeko binma daroma esinkonyo se ya won mo na kasebo no wo mo fa ho ka etiyemfa won mo seda emfa emma wo mo ye kai mo se King's Word family said ya bosome ko na wie ye bia won mo de watch night chenchirenche ehhehye so no na me ya dom abosome we ya wie ye bosome de toso adueno enson ebesa baso entinya me ya dom a awurade ani monyamo ensane na ani monyam no won se eba eda di won ye mapi mu enti bomodien na eda no du won mo a won so ebrebi na nsankyerene enya wodia ene adanse de wo befiri ho no makofie no eye buburuja ena obedie bomodin ase nyame ya adoma 7 pm 27th June no ye nyina yenko kwada so gina C school ho no a ho na program no ekoso ye de buses begina miamia woni sika kura afro bus ribi edo bekosa de waba number wo fragin chiremu no eye 0246 375937 0246 37 075937 and I say 0555 914775.
Any abutra clinic any can for them we have for sen kan kyerem sene yade ya ba empanini nkwada nyina obehye bi opagya na akosoro kakra na ode asi ho na otena se was sciatica kyese ayire ne na ya ma na akokomu no wo ya hwienye yi ya te se de abutra clinic se bra ye ka kyerem se masa yade ya sa yade wenum nyina no oba enye se aduro da bida ne mum so mu miemia se ya na wa ye fine ya miemia kakao miemia san miemia onan miemia onfe miemia okon yade ne hyen rabasa na tu ayira yesi kompo bojabrusuo asichire yade o akoma yade o stroke o fani nyina bedan ye abutra clinic ya wa abutra se enkrobata no edoso kuma se fanchin Opoku trading transport estate wa enkran la pass Kwasi highway tabora number 6 wa tama ya wa afia nyamata iko ECG eho no a frey 0247 904 473 we ene ye ka ho bi se
sanso ana osofo Akonoba center boy chidom akurase doctor no mesrawo wase yade bia hawa yade bia etete wo no bomodna so beba no wahwe ma ho ato we etiawa se pressure yade pa si kire yade diabetes eno nso so epida wo a ni nyina no osofo Akonoba center sebrei na wo mo pa enei mo mutie me ana mo hwame a gonorrhea ana se imposyphilis hawo wonom jot wonom nsa enei watomu ntentan mo amonum wi mo pese mu jai enso ayeden ade amamo a osofo Akonoba center say oba obemo ode bia nom onom pass aduro nom a obi benom jot obi benom nsa sada kwampo na nya okono da obedwa ne kora ntia na okọ osofo Akonoba center na hwew na ho ato kama na una wo kwa wani merepemu mekire ba bi o sanso na global ICM enso so boy chidom na tie ye ka global ICM a wonom ayesuku pon na suapon a anei wonom to tie dusuafo mbe akesefo ane akunyini na de tie na se nei wo se yen kan cho so mo de accredited diploma programs aba programs na ekoyie pa ntia na wo so oba ha ba besua de na aboa ama bibi atma kama ed amao wo mo okuma se airport runabout wo de wani asese pe kwan so ho no mo wo ya na wo no mo ahwehwe nkomo meka ho asema che obrepa mu sanwa kuada roma ana enwumre yi wo mo adi sika ebo ye chidom akenkan form yensa ya tena se enwumre ye de kasebo ebre wo no ye din ensesan nanso aka kainti memidin de Berimahba Kwasi Ntiamoah total sedis ena
nana ya Yeboah afei
mosomfo Akonoba Opoku Nyarko afei mnya brensam no yentu abuase yenchechire mu fan emfama mu ye tiesi Ghana mampani His Excellency John Dramani Mahama na kache na wadi atujo achire mse bambofo a wo mo wo omaimu nyame anim nie wo mafam de bi oso me bia wo muguso mo ya ne dendenden ewa akomapamu na nsuduru ba bia akade akoye ade a akoye wo hawo asusumpini kwadana dadwene pressure ene atepoye ediama wonom na wode sanse mo nyina atujo abra bambofo mpanimfo ne ne hia ye bonkomo ene wo cheche mu se hwe munyina posifu asrafu dumjafu mu wo haw nemo dumjafo haw de wono akwadu baabi a na homete eja to baabi a dumjafo aba no ye timi didi wono matem timi brubinom na mo eja hia mutu ka we ba ye nsuo nim no munim mokofa ka dada we na de ba ye no munim mo ba na sabe munia na asem se na mo de bedum eja no chesensem bebrebe local editing na eno de atojo a chechem zehwe ya wakani bi wakura to emfie be se dunia kire nie enya de a eye adwuma na sabredi waka kire sana hinse na dawroma yenyi 1 billion Ghana cedis na budget no emrem ne fammoa na enmanu ya dumjafo yemmoa wo mo waka che Ghana fo nyina se yebabo abambafo nyina ne mo dumjafo de yebabo wo mo pa mo nya ka mo no aposifo du ba bi na se amro be se abo amro be se na wo mo kora mo sa ba ba pepe munu nso mbadwane ka ba na mo de ko wo se na sebe ehu wo mo atade wo mo de konye ka mo de konye yenya sa we nyina utuntu akura ba atade wa na prayer eboka num na prayer wo betima ye adwuma entu mba ye yentia Ghana ma Paris Excellency John Dramani Mahama.
You work under difficult circumstances, and we've actually been discussing with the Minister of Interior how we can retool your services so that you have the equipment and logistics to be able to do your work. And so we had a National Security Council meeting this afternoon, and I managed to squeeze the Minister of Finance hand behind his back, and we'll get a budget of 1 billion cedis for retooling of your various services. fire service needs fire equipment urgently. Let me say I empathize with my sister here. When the fire service arrives late, people get angry, but they just don't have the fire tenders. The last set of fire tenders were bought almost 9 years, 10 years ago from Professor Mills's time. There's not been a retooling. Most of those tenders are broken down. So I urge the public to be patient with our fire officers. They are working under difficult circumstances. And so one of the priorities will be to get some new fire tenders for you. Yeah. The police have to confront armed robbers every day. And you don't expect them to do it in light-skinned vehicles. The armed robbers are well armed with AK-47s. They fire back at them. And so getting them armored-plated vehicles for their patrol, highway patrols and things is also something that we'll look at. Immigration, prisons, they don't have mobility. Most of the vehicles you have are 10 years old, broken down. And so we'll consider getting some vehicles for you so that you increase the mobility of your officers. And so we will help you, we will tool you. You have a mandate to look after us, but we must help you to look after us. And so I can assure you that getting equipment and logistics for you to do your work will be one of our priorities.
For Ghana Man His Excellency John Dramani Mahani attending. Can I be for Nina Confiano? Udani Chasio, me office, Samsua, Ministry of Interior, was senior officers Makuma Mohono, Ewo, agency Makuma Kobese, a Duba, one more a day, 1 million Ghana cedis out to Ghana Medical Trust Fund, Takas and Mahama Care Fund, no Emu, Samoa, Nenema, Intim Kutina Mampani, Nin Samoa, or to Jabi, and Yachichimu, actually.
And yet, was so concerned for a more Supreme Court judge nominee, one more Mampanibo, one mudi, Esa one more Supreme Court on Conquaya Jumabako, ya and no copy more our vetting committee in winning, Justice Kwakua Kabuafo, what in Sambia Kwako Ja Akasetia, and Kwadama Yuanoa, woman you know, baby, and Yacha Womo Dwama Warie, Wakasetia Sasanya Mano, and Yakura, and Nemre Womi, was and Kwadanity to my yan Yamo Mokwenya, now one more school Quadini Media, Emma Dutch and a Wombe any petty tray, a woman Ganemua, some pennyphony one more Wombesi 119, Abuamo Mino Etmia Tumpon, and Tiakokas and Quadanke Tenketia Womonswa Warie, will be on them grand free shed Dunumudunai, near Chene de Nama, Aquacrabia, Nabodge said, yes, Waguya, when we say fita baby, yes, one name Aquacranon Conquaware, Sanya Manina was in Yadia, a bet me Abua, and Tiako Yanimono and Rakete was a to me ba, ye Bessie soup people say, Fanny to be our Bakwacha Quadawa and Wono, and was a Emrano, and Woodie. Na and watch the Sosono Casafa, and Yamia would be a Bessie Nina, yes, see a beer witch camp war, near Bobby Bay 4, near the Nakwatina camp be, na and mere walk posto 1 nail or my dear ya 2 oma JJ Mono, was a Sanya Marina, and Embre and Biaba, young more be bay, yes, Sanya Marina, and was a yatouchne, near Shakwania or Mino, a bet me a tumpon, na war answer questions Sibia, appointment committee of parliament, and a warmoto, and manen or a bra, will peer more a 1 man named 70B, Yankoti.
May I know from you, what is your legal and moral perspective on child marriage and witchcraft accusation as it stands now? Thank you.
Thank you very much. I think that the girl child should have the opportunity to be educated. The girl child should have the opportunity to develop her talent, so that placing any child into a marriage against their wishes at a younger age is certainly no. But why are we in a globalized society 2025 still talking about witchcraft? I think that these are nuances that as a people we may have to address. We accuse people of being witches, and you find out what is the standard for making such determinations. So yes, I do not believe that children should be put in marriages at tender age. Every child should have the opportunity to develop her talent, and if there is a need for us to regulate that through law, I am all for it. But I think in many of these things it comes through education rather than just imposing law. Thank you very much.
My follow-up on that. You do agree with me that no matter how you look at it, it's something that is still with us. And education and legal education to address this need. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I think my initial question was not doing away with regulations at all. I think that we can have laws because, as you indicated, there are some people, no matter how much you educate them, their mindset will not change. So that if we ought to use the law as a whip to draw them in line, that is perfect. Thank you very much.
Nipa yekotie ni sesie eye Justice Kwakwaka buafo ene okopie mo ewo vetting committee no enim.
Na Justice Kwaku tewia akabuafo a ene yi se na ya amayate ase ya omampani ayi no anaso obo ne din se dia waya bia ne ho aye den enti wonko Supreme Court batan court okasa obi nka bi onko ya adwuma anase ho no onko ya adwuma mprempren ye no okopie appointment committee sa abadweko ya bo mudin ono na samampani bo din anase samampani yiwa ene ukọ na omanim no mabusabusa ko san na ukọ anim a we yi bo na we yi ano na we abusu asa na we yi ano na we yi abo na nso yi ano sa na abra ne wonom atena se a wonom busabusa Justice Kwaku tewia akabuafo wonom busabusa ko san no a ana adom kuma na fa no panyimpa wonom na di omanim onyamfo Alexander Afenyomaken wo sori gyan nankoma so na obusa Justice Kwaku tewia se opani anya hwempo no de e ba mra wasua de asua unim bibia na we mibusa ko san ba ko ya no ne yenko yanim me ba chaw ka the national pledge na yenko yanim we de exams we de so pa o ka national pledge ne yenko na afei akwakoye ende Justice Kwaku tewia akaboafo won de si won more than 73 hu na esa akwakoye se bentapa na Oka national pledge otimi kan one life I promise on my honor o do on my one as we see mom yanko hwese de ekosi mom yanhwe ne ntie kakramra.
You become aware of, because you talked about patriotism, let me ask, you become aware of the Ghanaian pledge, that pledge, I promise on my honor. Can you recite it?
Mr. Chair, I'm not sure I'm able to recite it.
Which aspect? Not the full, any.
Well,
what you can.
Yes, the nominee is honest to say that I will not be able to recite it. So why will you insist? I mean, an honest answer has been given. I wouldn't be able to do this, but do it. No.
I did not say that in spite of you saying you can't recite it in full, you should still recite it. In spite of what is telling us that you can't recite it in full, you should still recite it in full. That was not the mainstay. I only said, share with that those aspects that immediately comes to mind. Do you get what the point? That I only said the aspects that readily comes to mind. You've admitted that not in full. So which aspect readily comes to mind?
I promise on my honor to be faithful
and loyal to
Ghana, my motherland. Thank you.
I promise to hold in high esteem our heritage
won for us
through the blood and toil of our fathers.
Exactly.
I promise to hold in high esteem
won for us
through the blood and toil of our fathers.
Yes.
And I promise, pledge myself in all things to be faithful
and loyal to Ghana,
to uphold and defend the good name of Ghana. So help me God. Because I am helping. If you don't, the man, look, stop. Chairman, put off your mind. This is, look, okay, if I'm struggling, can you do it? If I'm struggling, I have made an attempt. If he said he couldn't, and I said, oh, an aspect. You are now telling me that
that is why I am not making an attempt.
Then allow me.
Ekoye pinso abusuafo wei eye Justice Kwaku tewia akabuafo ene okopie appointment committee abedweko nanim na abadwokuo no mpanimfo baako edom kuma na from panyi odi omanimo owura Alexander Afenwoma ken ebusa ne say wo panyi recite the national pledge na akwakoye dententen akoye pinso na judge kese fa say wontimi nka na ayere sebenta pa enum bi ane ekohwe esanso kotie bi abra abadwokuo no etena se ne na national pledge kan ba ko ne yanko o de kan kakra ne yanko kan kakra yanko
ye shado de na de de ka etim ne de yanwum
enti o de mabusa ko
ma me ne de yanwum ti I promise on my honor to be faithful and loyal to
Ghana ya wo bi Ghana foki
na yanwum na nya west na
na ohia
na west na enenwum na
west na besesa
ensesa
Intimida me de unrecited
bema
recite me jade ne yanwuma ma na esintam ya toaso
we abrante
wa show
e kasebo ne kenkan but mo de adwuma di minti yento kasebo so busia ma nka se uguso outie Lawson kase ewo eye efia ya na ye dwudwa na efia da nti de mam style ni bi na ma nka se kasebo na efia da nti edwamu a Lawson TV so na ye ganti on the note say na ya me so on can national pledge ya me nka so ntimi o me say recite recite yanko
I promise on my honor to be faithful and loyal to Ghana, my motherland. I pledge myself for the service of Ghana. With all my strength and with all my heart. I promise to hold in high esteem our heritage won for us through the blood and toil of our fathers. And I pledge myself in all things to uphold and defend the good name of Ghana. So help me God.
So help me God. So help me God. Anana ya die offer yanto aso yankoye
judge na ntimi na atoso mi na wantimi
na wa peji judge wantimi fine sir ko supreme court
mo ba ye mi moderator na mi busa na ya ko santi mi am ye moderator no ntimi nya no ma na ye
abusia ya to aso mamo we wantimi ankai na ya na awie na ade so help me God na beto aso so
obviously unnecessary questions then just say ye busa papa do na unnecessary someone recite no
waso wontimi a wontimi
ananya no ho asem no work papa so just na we u go to we this year ka
say national pledge no nipa bebre ntimi nkan
our father kwari baby e besi ante forever be say de beba na beba amen here de kwari our father e kwari na forever and ever no say de beba na beba amen okay abusa for ya to so ni akwa China mamu ni akwa pa sama bramo na de tie ni China anamsi ni organ ha His Excellency Tong Differ. What I told you, Achim, the Galamse, na buy Bono de Pa, buy a qua, buy a ba, will be enough from their come. Now, so do baby, so Galamse near China near Nyarko, chon, near Kansas, Debbie, and what I told you, running St. Joe for she say. Ghana for, and a dear Nimo. Na China for them Ghana as baby a good wo. Enti China for no bedru Ghana for na di animu say yanko mantam wemu yanko mansini wemu yanko ya okokura nko hunu wo hene kire utubi na anya sika kakra no apemvlip kase na da kom wo hene chese sanne ma woni nyina ya Ghana for na di animu na China for ni di wo machi enti o ka kire aban say wonya bibi mfa ho nya sa na de ne si China for so na ese yensu na ese we ya enya no kure Ghana for na di animu and a church baby you go to know and a banisa. Yente His Excellency Tong Differ.
We need to view this thing as a whole picture. We need to find ways to solve this problem. You know, I understand in this country there are several million people live on the mining. So all the sectors, all government officials, policies, we should work for a long policy how to solve the problem, to eliminate those pollution, to eliminate this pollution on the soil, on the rain, waterways, on the forests. We should find a way to solve these problems. I think in this country, to my understanding, you can never eliminate those small minings. If you use small minings, there will always have illegalities involved in it.
Also for way a Chinese ambassador, His Excellency Tong different to some penny 1 year she be a babua na Ghana for bedi animu ama China for na di achire no makotu gara ne wasema ba no ye twe Ghana for na so pa ya sa subana yetu gara sensu se kwa ibritu nyina no etu obetwa
Enyumra kasi yeboah na aguso with a Lawson 96.3 kasa fidie so TV ni radio ni nyina ebo adwuma bomodian na bra Facebook wona fa comment bra enkrofo de obode ba emu ode na brepam ya bakin kan ni nyina ede amamo drivers ne passengers ya wonmu di akoniaba ewo chinwane atronie kwantempo no so no wo mo kyese ekwan no enyenyenyenyenyenyenyenye na eka ho bi ena nam so ma akronfo mo de etu kokro no bo no wo mo so de anachese wo mo abet ekwan ne baby anya no enam se enye nti uduru wano ma de baby abeto obu ase ayi kwan no kakra shenkani no enti bra wato obu ase sa no o ehwa no wo mapomatuo no mo de acheche moso a no wo ma rob mu chanye yekura ne eba bekun age won kwa afiri wunsam enti wo mo de ato dwa ese ekwan ne tebia no enye enti e wose mpanifo hwe na animanimu ya wo mo de hihegu akwan mu no wo mo je na etimi aboa yentie drivers and passengers bi wo mo nsam a wo mo de ato dwa
see that the person ka ban yema say ekwan no o meye maye na afiri so ekwan no so landguard for begu so ntimi se ho so ka ho a mo so ka ho pa na sa ne ma ne de ekoso tinka ban bi tima boa ye de a landguard for no onye mu nyina afiri so na kwan so onye maye tisi ade sere ni aye pa no nam say akonfo no ba kwa so be ye sa odi sabiti no amaye passenger say wo akase no mu ye aduma no ehu aba omumu nti nam say ye no bu kwese so ba no say swati amoma kanka say free bear no me ansan ko no eni amoma pra ebitima gina asa amoma obi asuro dodo na wan kofa tepa no mo ko because say obi asuro be fast high kwa we so ti de
ane no nanka adwuma no yetimi ya ma de eche enso ne mese ukuada atwam ya ukuada bia yedi hadwa anka ukuada utumi beduru ha ba 11 enya nipa a omo ye ready omoko nenso me ba ha 7 betu empty sand for entotroso enti ohawa aba kwan no so de adwuma na asai kura adwuma na asai ana kwan no so anya no ya cars no so nyina asai enti yesra aban na sa landguard fo na obi landguard fo bi no maba no omo ma kwan no so no na kro no bi ani kwan no so enti se aban se wodwene ye ho de a sa landguard na police fo nhwe se omo befiri kwan no so ana omo befiri mantem ha
say de obetina obetumi adi be 1 hour 2 hours na unyaka adawa fo no ba this omo di information fili kwan no so ansa na ombekọ a omako nti edi enya pa edi enya ti esraba no amwai hia no mwa pa kesika
Kacho sese ya kwanti no aye dia mai pa nkanya sa abrekwa na wosemeko nso nam se ekwan nye na afronfo aba kwan so nti uba udi mbika na so sa akwochi nti mwa sese ye hia pa na ekwan no
Ashankafuo ene akwantufuo binom ana yekotie wo ne sesie no na dwomtene ni ema ashankakuo GPRTU taxi branch number 2 eyo Augustine Kwadwo Jan wono so de nano eto asemi mu
see that the person ka ban yema
obia meso yemu aban bia so ma ye nchen obia so mama ye hyedena na yakọ nanso no ye hwese adwuma no ye nyaye ne de yini ono so ye asede ayewe no bom se ye hwe na ya CC se de ye benya patrol ana barrier police barrier ewo kwan ne so ba bia esi ye no se de drivers ne passengers ne hu a abehye omumu ene so atini akofom kakra kosisa aban ne ba ye mboa na watina baba ya kwan no ede amaye so far yini ono akan ho bom protocol force ka ho bi ana mo ayi tu okwan so eno na aban no so na yesre na chitai sanse tuo beto a enya chitai anza na ato aban no eye ya sede ede ma yese drivers a ene passengers no ye nyina adwuma ye de ma wo aban no nti yesre aban so se omra no maye ntutu e papa mfa kwan no ho maye na yesisi a ne de ye som ene barrier ne police for e ba begu kwan no so ampa so ko ha police for ho aya mount barrier be mienu a patrol so esan wo mfini forest ni wa bi atoro nchem ne si no aya hwese bibia be koso wa no wa ti be se passenger
Augustine Kwajo John GPRTU chairman nene ene ekotie yi.
Afei yanko emfinfin mantamwe Central Region na abusua Ghana de ekmansa nkwansia de ababada ne Ghana fo adamfo nkwansia kan nkwansia wuyi wani ani saka nkwansia esi oman kwantempon so ani na enkra ane amanabo finfin mantamu ba abusua ani enyan yese ne nko anafie da nko a nkwansia mako enan o ana asie e finfin mantamu na emu mienu kura de yesi nipa mienu kwa mpa famu ahwere wonkwa e wonkwansia na asi ne ho na enkomo no mpesa metro so pi yenkwa homan so ne yani Timothy Gayson entwaso from Timo anyumeme mo adwo
Whenever Mamedo Apoma.
Nyame ado me hu ye papa na unsu e
you're fine. I wrote some na Finfrimanto within 6 hours accident will be in the way smoking Finfrimanto. Sama Yabo to Finfrimanto.
We de mami Musa kwansia mako enan de adan mo akwan na enya na sa ye den na enam so man kwansia sisi basa
so o kasa be ka na be Finfrimanto ma kwan de nya krampa nya some trouble de ye kase ma percentage wise cry be 60% na Finfrimanto de kwan de ye ese wo kom crossing na Istanbul National Road Network baby ye ba ya ka ban say MTT Commander, Chief Superintendent, Ochil, Nansama Okande, reporter Winya, and then Shuma Wayakade, and I'm there, a police phone, Wolfie, the Kwano Denenti, for the past years, and shut down a police patrol, walk up and down, one of them have what ginger hand. It's a woman there, drivers, driving a word driving, when the police will be on the Kwano, anytime you know. We're showing it and when you're in anytime I did our baby away. Commander the patch there, and real but to me, baby, and as a police phone or quantity, a bomb there. Drivers, or driver, or sending you, no, I'm a highlight road. Many are who do have my police phone and wash on see. Sign a many nano, I'm on drivers woman, and the second one, or council to educated drivers. And to women that I mean, many am cordon. I'm saying a Finfrimanto ma accident in Akosropa. So we should TV news videos in accident by UCC. The second gate one. Makabende trucks, mini truck, another tipper truck. Ofi Elmina, other units or Tinkos, okay, load. And now, Osha cars by 2, one so of UCC inside or join double lane or highway no do. Now one original one, another trailer driver back also ever join. Let's just say you can't take a stray in our lane. I feel we share Boyibi Macano if what tipper track no, or do damage junction who adore ye in the offing the lane in the lane up above the car stray now, original way nano. Now we share video no pa. I wrote some of the Abranta Bapa, ye kese, Offiman Kesima. Yamena Boa Messiciano, Okwabuchi next week, Okosiade. Na Siko Kitani 7 years cities, it's all about Cape Coast now, but changing into Dallas. Nemo, let us watch a video now. Cast by train and original UCC, a Quano Dono. On you be ordinary last end into open the track and ultimate at the book cast by train and watch you a performer at a sport and Osha, or the former makers, one and a winch is happening Saturday, and 10 years in the office bank. And I am one next week in a way opportunity to work with Okosiade. They neither Nissika or better another over 10 citizen $1 and over Yakun show. And you double time and you break a calocono and a futu praso or quano sonodoso driver back of Momoto the Yakas and also Avenues of him. I think if former Yeba, Maureen, Eba, and National one or so. And she said, when you're in the Esha, drivers too, not so you overtaking my Baku share. Then when you mean to not to me, I feel to Maureen, Equine Kaka, STC, no so often clan, and all but Nakwa at a Sakrade, or whom more yet, no so cashier, 1 hour to other Yakas stores in a month for baby, and Yaka, or yet the 6 hours in Americano, ever Finfrimanto, accident, Coco 4. and so far we see any patu if you mean we no part there as a chief superintendent Albert Hotel or part there no also say that a police for the one need the kwano no since the increase accident no we feel very man to but to tax drivers in there am kwanko that we used to kind of show we share accident also uses na many are some and Abadam Johnson no you can say and paying for more than why overland another for the overheader and check all these things in Naya Esha one or danger accident in airport so be some central region.
Tier for Yaman about for Timothy Gayson, Nedia different 15 Mountain Brenti, don't share Makuma Kunsiano 6 hours Simuno, and Quensia Makumako and 9 and a nay, who confuse Ntiamoah, SCNS, a moya, a numuno, Yasini Pamio Nuka and family Ronqua. Mama Yentie, a yedia, MTTD boss, penny power, no one 15 Ntiamoah, Ura Abet, or
can no so air to it, Highlander, and a motorbike, a crash. Sam said, near all come motor there, on John Hammond, I waited 32 years. I'm saying, I'm going to go free. By Edinburgh Hospital, which is a doctor from Nadiatus, but free. Now, Nimpa Casa can also, a fellow, no money for now, but when you need 75 years. It's not also a cat, say no Casay, also a hospital. And see, you go to your word, you may have office, no Anna. Yes, I am. So, when she am for France, so as yes, free. Cape Coast, or Traditional School, or Cornasham, so small container car be, and a passenger car. I wonder your main child will be in free.
Abusiani pa ekwohwe no esansutie ni chief superintendent Albert Fee Ochel okọ mfimfima Ntiamoah wono ana motor traffic and transport department NTTD na se process me ko ne fa gina kwantempon so pani oda o no mfimfima Ntiamoah no kwanhia asisie no anu abomu nkomo bi a kire no
abusiani ani kire enkran gbawe eho ne yaduro enne wo mu tudin abedi to na se adane ntokwa giri nipa ba kwa to ana nanom e wonse do yesen twani ana o wa woni ade se o mobon komo no yenti enchiri mo de amayen.
Because they realize that we educated, young educated people, we are not gullible. They cannot, convince us into those their schemes. They have ways of stealing from the government. And me, I'm not willing to do that.
Into my friend, I'm Pamisaka. And I can't say, no, so what information is here. Be a friend. I'm information is here. Into no, Minkosino, Naminkosenia, Ecosuho, in Tampa, Medini Casanechi. MC ni Casanechi na mikoye. Ampa mi ko do hospital ho no. They not dom go pa mo sunsun. Ampa so mi ko no. Mi ko hu say ampa to etu. E wo Gbawe East Electoral area. Baby mo frɛ ho Bale. Intino na nkrofo no nyina wo hospital ho. Mi ko na mi ko two dead body back ho. But no musi back on the now situation no very hard. Serious into mo no call different hospital, ma transfer no call different hospital. Into in because beside doctors now because it's like they don't know what to do. Into how me be so mo na doctors no mo chire me say me ma ba ho dia. Ono dia me ni o mo call police station, no mo call G police form. Enfambra and sana o bet
anopatu no na me ma ye call police station ho. Fortunately no ye drew police station no. Ye ko hu ohinu no a o ye your friends the naming ceremony ade no ye den e ko see ye ntimini no enya nkitamu ehun se ebisa no se e ba no se nto no so kire ade ba ko mbienu bi se o see na esi ye but ni American say ade we no enhyeda ensi min kai de last time ade we bi den esi wa ha nti no meka de ma ne electoral area nse mo bia mbo ho police for no yo mo ejuma omo se omo hwe na at least yenso wo bia no omo ye ejuma bia na force abemu obi a ye na investigation assurance no bi nse kwan bia e be fa so na nipa odi sa nsem hu no ye be hwe na ya chi sa nipa no nti obi ada obi anda enye adia
awusiafo gbawe enkran asam no abedi to ase na ade na tutu a ba kwato ananum e wonse no ntia posifo ye mu hwehwemu na de besi bia na de mu chechiremu ebemam
school feeding program ekoso ewo my Ghana mu no na Ntiamoah ewonsam a eba no enye nika papa yese maami bi ya wona no aduane ema schoolfo okọ Galilea emebezi school a eno ewo nkran potam wonu Susanna Kosuafo wa yese nra wanu aduane de amankwadai wonya nchecha ma wo mo aduane ni sisu no a o wo mo hwe a NDC women organizers bi wo mo ne mrantie bi o matiketiketi en wo mo bayi wo mo se wo ba wo de aduane ne mankwada ne yenhwe chese aduane na bo no so ma wo se anwumere wo kofie no de aduane kwa we de ntaye wo manka aduane na angu ne mom no wo mo amma ne kwan ama wanche aduane no ama nkwada no eni na emu nsamchofo mo ye omadwe se wo mukodi kokonsa akwa ne ne emrantie na yese wo mo de wo mo ekoye no wo mo atake nsamchofo no ensem opie Zana Kosuafo wa kasa no yenkotie.
Because they realize that we are educated, young educated people, we are not gullible. They cannot, convince us into those their schemes. They have ways of stealing from the government. And me, I'm not willing to do that. I'm not in for that their small stealing they have been doing. Me, I'm not interested in that. Because we're not gullible, we are not people that easily push around and get whatever she wants. And why didn't you apply? Why do you wait for someone to apply? Because come on now. So if I am coming from a different place and not your constituency as you say, what's the big deal? Why didn't you apply? Because I believe that so apply. So you did not apply. You wait for somebody to apply and then they pick the person to work and attack the person. It doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense. So this is clear. You wait for somebody to act and then they pick the person to work and attack the person. It doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense. So this is clearly political antics. I don't understand that you sit and wait for somebody to be given an appointment letter and then you attack the person. In what sense? The kids were angry. I don't eat because these kids were starving. How do I eat? How do I comfortably eat when these kids are hungry? How do I eat? Because the whole thing is alarmed. Like, I didn't think things will end up like this. Even tomorrow, we are not sure of taking food tomorrow because they're giving us, they have warned us that food there tomorrow, there will be blood. They will
Galilea emebezi school de koso enra ewo honom eno de tie ni sesie eye Susanna Akosua oforiwa
ya tuaka sia nso na adwumakuo bi a ormo nsa abanse wo mudwumadi a omudie aban ensa enimu bi wormo din the Green Awareness International wo mu ya NGO na tie yese wonom aye adwumadi sonko bi pa ewo asantmantman nkro kumase anom dwumadi sonko bi akọ so ama chese wo mudu mani monyam abase ababa be kasapa na eku omudin di Green Awareness International game for yi wormo chese he edua edua no eye pa edua na mpanimfo se enua no a enipa binum eye kokyere no mu kokyere no mu ba no mu kokyere no mu ba mu pese mu bedua no omu hwani yie ebo se obi anya Ghana ni bia wandua edua kora na nya be samiensa na samienu na omo kan nyina no ana omo sesesei se de ene ewiem ensachire se de ewiem nsachire sisi ko na de bia ewie bo na ewie bo no ebo si obia dua enua na ensisi a sesei ekono ene se omo so mahwe ahu sesesei no Ghana asa dodo na ye kase enia na akwakwa ese se bia se tete kwaade bi ane ye anu nti wonom so mu gyina so no matu Ghana fo mabunu nyina fo se wo mbesere Ghana fo mabunu no a tituye ne ye won kura kese mu no yensa se enia duanua ne bi ne edua ebeboa odomankoma asetena ne bobre amane ma nyina timatimu owura Edmond Amankwa eye pani ba ko odi akotene ewo eye Green Awareness International mu okasa yentie no
Pressure and from my home ewo yempotamu na nsen no enye ne quality no ewo form ebi kwan po etoda ofufafa miamia ene yen communities ene yen marketplaces which means enframa no sebe we dey mofan terminals aya na etoda enye na ebon kakra na empanimfo so amayehu se enua yeduadua ewo yempatamu so eboa ema environment no eye clean and conducive eboa ema inframa ye home no emu eda ho kakra ete inframa nim na ema home ya ye home ewo ye mpatamu no so no eho te
ɛno ɛka ho bi enti na ɛnɛ yɛde nkyerɛkyerɛ abrɛ students anaasɛ adesuafoɔ ɔmo wɔ Prempeh College na yɛkyerɛkyerɛ ɔmo ɛkwan a ɔmo bɛfa so ɛde nnuadua ate yɛn mpata mu na ɔmo bɛfa so de tree planting exercises afight climate change na ɔmo bɛfa so de tree planting exercises ne clean up exercises ama yɛn mpata mu ne yɛn environment a ɛwɔ no ɛdi ni na aboa yɛn nyinaa ɛwɔ Ghana ha ɛne ewiase afa na nyinaa.
Enti wei ɛyɛ Owura Edmond Amankwa panin ba ko di akotene awo Green Awareness International honomo na no si wie ye dwumadi na se no Owura David Oponda ko ba Asante Mantem ho a wono na ya Asante Regional Director for Environmental Health and Sanitation wono nso so e de afutuo man na yentie de okan ye
enua no eboa ema ye oxygen enti no adenti na wo se twitwa nnua atugu dabi o se dua bia no a ewo environment no ye bo dua no ho ban etoso biem so no baabi a ehoda ho bia no a ye nyina efi se ye dua be yi no o se ye nyina ka bom na ye dua we koma ye nua no a omo ye mmoa empe bebre yetimi dua nnua ewo ye nkrom mu but do hu no na bi mo gya mmoa na mmoa na kɔwe nnua no ase no enti no we ya kokobɔ kɛse a mede ma omo a omo ye mmoa omo gya omo sese enche kra emse ye nyina ye ka bom kodua nnua enche kra na sa nnua no se betumi ayeye na aba bedru pempenso a ye pɛ no a agise minu mienu ye ka bom na ye bom nnua no ho ban se amo nnua no ho ban a ene afi bia ye bedua enso so no na afi no besa du bi no na sa nnua ni
ready futuo emuda ho pa Owura David Oponda ko oba Asante Mantem ma wono na epanyi a wada Environmental Health and Sanitation no dwumadi ekoso no okɔ ase ne bie na gya wode betudwa
ene ye bawura asye om na hwe apedie ene nnwuma ensem so Minister of Labour, Jobs and Employment na wom de atudwa akire mu se efiem pimienu ene edonunum wiase nyina da ye yesi wa ye kasa tia nkwada mu ye adwuma den akoso ewo baabia ni anwaso bekwa mpesua so Western North Mantem na wom de atudwa akire botai ne se wom sempanifo bo homode de nanso teacher for brofo there is more room for improvement. Owura Dauda Ibrahim Brahima ena wakasa no de atudwa akire se ye mankwada ye adwuma den dodo esu ankwada ne ma wode ne ma no gu ha no ha ase no ye tenten nipa bebre anya tintin nyina ya niam so a wo se esa dwuma de nkwada ya emwa yenti Owura Dauda Ibrahim Brahima
se o de ma akwara ebe hanu ama ni dachi abebon no ni cha ba but interesse ara ni free juma to the kitchen be wapa to the ma sa enso interesse o musua o said your mobile anyini adani benin but interesse about friend you makra and yes child labor so me passion akwara eye juma bi na hwe child labor no ma bebria wo ha o ben question answer that eno ye benchmarks
Owura Dauda Ibrahim Brahima acting labor officer and attending Kano na amanfo so a wo mkodi dwuma no ye ne bisu bonkomo ye ntensam do omso ka kire
na hifo ni fe yeni community bia yo wahene anapaniwo se de nasifom ne amanfo kasa this at me tini ya kwe ayefu no boda wo ye kwe fo be hia man be hia se efi ne eko ye se child labor no
Abusuafo we ne dwumadi a akoso ewo baabia ni anwaso bekwa mpesua so Western North Mantem enkwara de omu ya dwumaden enananom ebo ho ekoko
yanko Kintampo South Mansimo ewo bunu Mantem emo ensua to ewo honom dendenden enamso meka say adan dodo na ensuo na koma manipa pi wo munya baabi ene wom do muti ato yesebtwe ni awudu Ishaku aba homa no so Ishaku timenka majoy Yensanya nka no enti yankwansa fufuro mu oba yebefa no.
Anya na yankwa yanima na yakwa yanimo no na yade yani akyeremu awo sekire kumawu no awo asantemantema ya na atiefo video bi enenam social media so achesesa video na enenam social media so na ne uko aye sekire kumawu papiase asam ne yeka wanso na mfiri na yesi kuro uko no mo achechefo a yade o makọ se ejo mo nkọ kire nkwada de na adusuafo nkwada o mo asuantimi nkonkan no achechefo so mo de o mo fa twako ensi blackboard so nkyira de ewu ombaba kuturuku enti ene mo hwe Lawson TV a achechefo no mienu na de ntokwa adwam so a ene anyasam ketwa kwan adusuafo nkwada ya nimu o na wonom eko a na sa ntokwa no achechefo mienu yi wonom de abomu pere wonsom no ena mrasa betwani a wono awo sekire kumawu abaton pesua so wonom wonmunyamfo esoso ade na no atom no munyamfo ennes yaw anim ekire se ene kwasem ni wo video no na wadi ho yaw pa se achechefo mienu amo ankasa munim obenkum nim nifa mode atwade sa ebebomu wo so eye ne ya papa se sa video no atime afiri wono ankasa ne mpasua so na wo se wo kan no wo kan atoto sre enwumasua so ene mpanifo da no so mo ho nye ha animanim ya tantantantantam so na wono nya hwehwemu na ne nam so ka ho bie ema achechefo wono mode atwade boss twire awadusuafo anim no wonhwe na ontimi enhwe na emra ene wono eye entim enni na yehwe onunyamfo ennes yaw anim ma sebetwani ne nsema na ne krata no de bae no ajo eyenko na yene ne monkomo ye de enya ntia se onunyamfo ennes yaw anim aba homa no so onunyamfo ayumre memo adwo abani emo adwo
meje so fa
ono abompa cho honam bokọ de
bibia bo
we baby asam ni si yamia mi krom o kuma wo papiase ho na mi anka sam fire mi krom na asam yese na ona bo wo ti asam ne sai
apani asam we de ya suma ahomete so de wa ka se wo krom papiase na asam sei every ho aba bonten sa no enya dia efe na enra ewiem ho ana me hu se video binam social media so na ededa content degree na ninyina ne se yehwehwe mu no na yeyare krom pepiase asem kesi every ho aba na anopai yema nkrofo ko tietie mu ehwe de koso na ninyina ne se teacher for mienu abaako assistant headmaster ana baako nso regular teacher
Lawson FM 96.3
mo ye de koba ne se headmaster wo school ho no eja chairman assistant headmaster na so hwe chairman no na oja ho no omoba back na so mo take report na report no ana teacher ni ba ko ka ho a efenka ono no edene de ema assistant headmaster etu mana mo no ina na se problem kakra ewo assistant headmaster any teacher ni intem ko fa akasa kakra e ba mo intem ina na se we hu na se we any to me say utimi ehye say so your report any ehon nyoma na ni nyina kofa ba ni assistant headmaster any teacher no mo issues kakra efa abayo bia obey national service e wo school honum na de koba ene sa abawai eni hobiem de na emso ne ba ko etwempna na ba ko kofa ba ko achi a one abayo e koye bibi enti akofa nsem bebre eba ema we ade we ho asem ahye we chimu anakofa ho ebufu bae enti ase obi pewo na asem foforo aba na ene wagina so ede ayo bibi
Nti the root cause na ɛwɔ hɔ issue na ɛda mmeranteɛ mmienu ntɛm ana ɔbaa ɛwɔ mfimfini. Nti ɛno na ɛkɔfa nsɛm bebree baeɛ na ano ntɔkwa kɛse a ɛbaeɛ na mogya nyinaa hwie gu ɛwɔ classroom a nkwalaa te hɔ na teacherfoɔ so a aka nso ɛwɔ hɔ bi. Nti ɛno ne asɛm a ɛbaeɛ.
We dey akomni nkyeremu ono abo wa kyeremu yie wa wai mu yie amyate ase say as MP wo ankasa umpesua so na asemese de na wo ya fa ho ade eba yi
Etiopani eneme ne education director wo seche kumawu ye dey sa so director akosuku ho any education panifo akọ ama mako take statement from a teacher for me nyina ho statement o moko take ye nyina no Nyarko ya ma free draw there ko teacher for me ni ene omo ana omo wo akira omo twa ho video no omo be call disciplinary committee na omo nyina akọ kyerɛkyerɛ omo nsɛm wo ho ne ehunu ba bia ye de yie beto
honorable we dey watch kyeremu yie pa ya da se anwumre yi etiefo nipa ne kɔtwetwe nkɔmɔ wa homa no so hɔ ne din honorable ns yaw anim wɔno na okɔ kumawu abato mpɛsia so a ɔyɛ mesem gani hɔ ne nyina no ne yɛse akyerɛkyerɛfo mienu ɔba ho na mɛma mienu ɔmode ntokwa adwam asɛm nie mbɛkyerɛ nkwada de atwade na mɔbɔ Alumni yere ni mpra enti wo hwa Lawson TV a na etwa gu no yedamase na
yɛmfa sedama yaboafo integrity care services say yankwaso anka kamo ese wonmo bebeboa ene wo maame wo papa bi wonmo anyinia ma wonmo hye no ayeden ma tichu say yare asa bamu a eya na eni akwanyan kakra wo pe obi a obehwe maame na napom de wo nsem betimi akonka mpa chopi for integrity care services no monye sa adwuma no emfa Womu sheni afei wonumo emma nurse ya wobetena fie ahye wonumo ama wonumo nro ahye womu adidie ahye se bibi e koso e womu apomuden kwan so womu ye lab nyina emma womu afei so obi akopira wanya sabi ekura womu timi ba fie be mia ye ne kama e de emma mema nro ni nyina eye integrity care services womu sanu adwuma wonumo eye womu adjuso se wakura 0501 919191 0503 000018 nene womo enkasa
ene abotre clinic abusafo ya dika ka ho asema kyerɛ mu dada womo abotre no mo yɛ adwuma no wo se wo de una kokom unantu de tietia fom nyina how be na aba usisi udwonku wo pa awo na ayɛ den ama wo asikyerɛ de na ɛha wo be mo ayɛ mre ensamansa wasa be kompa na ɛha wo wo da wo na utigwa gagagagaga wo how bia wo bia kwa abotre wo yɛ mo aduro emiemia okeke miemia osanu miemia onane miemia onfim miemia wo bodwani ade he yade nyina haraba se na Kumasi branch Fanchebra Opoku transport estate wa Enkra La Pass Kwasi highway Tabora number 61 Temanso Afienya Mataiko road na wone wo number 0247 904 473
afei global ICM ensusunie na wamopa ye Ghana for asomu pa twetwe sanso mo ankasa mo ya data ne ka global ICM ayesuku kese pa a mo tete adusuafo mbɛ akunyini na de tie nie mpaso mo asomra ha womo se omo aye accredited diploma programs wo muskum ho no mo enti wo adusuani a we na wo do ho agimu na bia ko kama ma health and safety management afei computer science and cyber security general administration human resource management information technology logistics and supply chain management ni nyina aye programs ahodo emprepre ye ekoso e global ICM so hwehwe mo kira kwa Kumasi airport for about wo do wani a kire sepre kwa so no mo Sewa plaza eho na abehu global ICM ya no mafro woni na no mabonko mo bibi kire wa adwene so a wo number ni 0244 764 797
Yes, sorry, so na ewiasima brabo ekiru no womo aba de ensemu a ekoso nyina so abremo enwumre yi nuano miensa na mote yenka midin de nana ya Yeboah menimi nuanom
mosomfo Akonoba Opoku Nyarko na afei
Berimahba Kwasi Ntiamoah to se de sabusuya ya damase ya mamu nyina mo anita tie ne hwa anya do yes sorry
96.3